Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is. This is expected of Caitlin Clark. She's supposed to be great. She's not the Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese is, because that's a surprise. Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone.
Did Dan Patrick just slam Angel Reese? The sports world is buzzing after his shocking comments about the WNBA rookie. Patrick's take on Reese versus Caitlin Clark has fans up in arms. What did he say that's got everyone talking? Speaking of struggles, Angel Reese's start in the WNBA is raising some serious eyebrows. Why is a player who dominated college ball suddenly shooting just 29% from the field? And why are her own teammates giving her the cold shoulder? There's more to this story than meets the eye. Angel Reese's journey from college superstar to WNBA rookie has been anything but smooth. The stats don't lie. She's been shooting a dismal 29% from the field over 5 games. That's a far cry from the dominant force we saw in college. But it's not just about the numbers. There's a chill in the air around Reese, and it's not just coming from the AC in the arena. You might be wondering, what's really going on here? Well, it seems Reese is getting the cold shoulder from all sides. Her peers, her coaches, even her own teammates seem to be keeping their distance. It's like watching a blockbuster movie star suddenly struggle to land a role in a local commercial. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember Coach Cheryl Reeve, the mastermind behind multiple WNBA championships? She had the chance to draft Reese and passed. Let that sink in for a moment. A coach known for spotting talent looked at Reese and said, "Nah, I'm good." That's got to sting. Now you might be thinking, is Reese just not cut out for the big leagues? Hold that thought, because despite all the doom and gloom, there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. In a recent game against the Phoenix Mercury, Reese showed us she's not down for the count just yet. Faced with her shooting woes, Reese didn't throw in the towel. Instead, she switched up her game, focusing on mid-range shots. And guess what? It worked. She put up a solid 19-20 points, proving she's got more tricks up her sleeve than we thought. But let's talk about that shooting technique for a second. If you've seen Reese play, you've probably noticed something odd. Her left-handed shot comes from her shoulder, not eye level like most players. It's like watching someone try to throw a dart while doing the chicken dance. Effective? Not so much. Pretty? Definitely not. This awkward technique is causing Reese some serious headaches on the court. It's like trying to parallel park a tank. Sure, it might get the job done eventually, but it's not going to be smooth or pretty. So, what does all this mean for Angel Reese's future in the WNBA? Is she destined to be a cautionary tale? A college star who couldn't cut it in the pros? Or is this just a bump in the road on her way to greatness? Just when you thought you had the rookie landscape figured out, along comes a player who's turning expectations upside down. Is Caitlin Clark really that much better than her peers? Or is Dan Patrick just caught up in the hype? The truth might surprise you. Caitlin Clark isn't just making waves in the WNBA, she's causing a tsunami. Dan Patrick, a man who's seen his fair share of basketball talent, is calling her a phenomenon.
Who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put Asia Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year,
But what makes Clark so special that she's got Patrick singing her praises? It's not just about the points she's racking up. Clark's got a skill set that's leaving defenders dizzy and fans breathless. Her court vision. It's like she's got eyes in the back of her head. Her shooting range? Let's just say she's comfortable launching from the parking lot. And her passing? It's so precise, you'd think the ball was heat-seeking. Now, you might be thinking, sure, she's good, but is she really that much better than Angel Reese? Well, according to Patrick,
that can also be an indictment on her teammates as well. But she is always looking for the pass, and she's very, very good. Not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark.
There's no comparison. He's not just saying Clark is better, he's saying she's in a whole different league. It's like comparing a sports car to a bicycle. Both will get you there, but one's going to do it with a lot more style and speed. But here's where it gets really interesting. Patrick isn't just praising Clark, he's suggesting that the very comparison between Clark and Reese might be hurting Reese's career. It's like Reese is trying to run a race with an anchor tied to her ankle. Every time she steps on the court, she's not just competing against her opponents, she's competing against the ghost of Caitlin Clark's performances. Patrick puts it bluntly, Angel getting rejected left and right. Comparing herself and attaching herself to Caitlin Clark is actually destroying Angel Reese. Ouch. That's not just a critique, that's a career-altering observation. But wait, there's more to this story. Clark isn't just outperforming Reese. She's redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA. Her scoring sprees aren't just impressive, they're historic. She's not just meeting expectations, she's shattering them, leaving them in pieces on the court behind her. This isn't just about two players anymore. Clark's performances are raising the bar for every rookie who comes after her. It's like she's taken the rookie handbook, torn it to shreds, and written her own. And that new handbook, it's got some pretty tough standards to meet. So, what does this mean for the future of the WNBA? Is Clark the new standard that all rookies will be measured against?
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is. This is expected of Caitlin Clark. She's supposed to be great. She's not the Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese is, because that's a surprise. Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone.
And what about Reese and other rookies who might find themselves in Clark's shadow? These are the questions that are keeping WNBA fans up at night. Because let's face it, Clark isn't just changing the game, she's changing how we think about the game. She's making us question what's possible on a basketball court. You've heard all about Clark's scoring prowess, but there's another rookie making waves in a different way. Angel Reese is dominating the boards like no one else in WNBA history. What's the secret behind her record-breaking streak, and why isn't it getting the same buzz? While everyone's been focused on Clark's flashy offensive game, Reese has been quietly rewriting the record books. She's not just good at rebounding, she's historically good. Reese has racked up 13 consecutive double-doubles, smashing the previous WNBA record set by the legendary Candace Parker. That's not just impressive, it's game-changing. But here's the thing, Reese isn't just about the boards. She's a defensive powerhouse, bringing energy and intensity that's lighting a fire under her team. Sure, her shooting might be a bit inconsistent, but her impact on the court goes way beyond putting the ball in the basket. Think about it. While Clark's making headlines for her scoring, Reese is changing the game in a way that might be even more valuable. She's not just grabbing rebounds, she's giving her team extra possessions, shutting down opponents, and setting the tone for the entire game. You might be wondering, if Reese is so good, why isn't she getting the same attention as Clark? Well, it's not always the flashiest plays that win championships. Reese's style of play might not make the highlight reels every night, but it's the kind of contribution that coaches dream about. But let's be real, Reese's rookie season hasn't been all smooth sailing. Remember that game against the New York Liberty? Reese got ejected after picking up 2 technical fouls for disrespecting an official. It's the kind of incident that can overshadow all the good stuff, especially for a rookie still finding her footing in the league. Now, you might be thinking, is this just another case of a college star struggling to adapt to the pros? Not so fast. Despite the challenges, Reese is showing the kind of resilience and adaptability that separates the good players from the great ones. Here's something to chew on. A recent study showed that the WNBA has the highest percentage of fans influenced by sponsorships. What does that mean for players like Reese? It means that her consistent performance and record-breaking streak aren't just good for her team, they're good for the entire league. But there's more to this story. Reese isn't just putting up numbers, she's helping to shape her team's identity. In a league where every possession counts, having a player who can consistently pull down 14 rebounds a game is like having a secret weapon. So, what's the real story here? Is Reese struggling, or is she on the verge of becoming one of the most impactful players in the league? The answer might be a bit of both. Like any rookie, she's facing challenges. But unlike most rookies, she's already breaking records and changing the way teams have to play.